Hooligan and The Harridan podcast. I am the Hooligan.
And I'm the Harridan.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Hooligan and The Harridan podcast. Did I say that right this time?
Yes.
With my speech impediment.
You know, you could work on that. And it wouldn't
I
be
do
an
work on it. I have 2 podcasts. That's me working on
anything.
It means everything.
No. And everybody has a podcast nowadays. Obviously, look at us.
No, there's that guy, Steve, that Denver posted about.
Steve and Denver that don't have podcasts.
I am the Hooligan.
And I am the Harridan. Obviously.
I sound super bassy, like in my...
So bassy.
No, like more than that. Like not sexy bassy, like creepy bassy.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
How's bassy creepy?
I don't know. We had a request. So some of you watch on YouTube might be wondering, like, why the hell do you keep moving the camera every episode? And we had some people actually wanted to see our beautiful faces, and by ours I mean hers. So
you look pretty good on camera. I mean, the hat covers a lot. So.
Oh, I love you too, wife. So
on that note,
so better camera quality and positioning as well. So
did you put our sticker on your Yeti?
I did.
Oh, that's very clever marketing you have there.
Yeah, the little sticker, not the giant sign.
I have to bring one of those stickers to Alicia in class.
Yeah, we gotta order some more.
I said your name, Alicia, on the podcast. Now Riley knows that you're on a famous person's podcast. Not famous, but yes, we're friends, and I have a sticker for you.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we just got back from our son's Ironman
for his belt promotion.
Yeah, for jiu-jitsu. And for those of you who don't know, Ironman is when they actually, SBG does this adults, kids. Kids, they put a time limit, but adults basically you get your belt promotion, and as a celebration, not a test.
Not a hazing.
No.
It's a celebration.
You roll with everybody in your in the school.
Whoever comes to your Ironman, you roll with, whether you like them or you don't, you have to roll with them.
So adults, right, they obviously anybody from any gym can show up from the SBG gyms. And it's white belt to black belt. Sometimes 40 people show up on a big one.
Sometimes 75.
Yeah, that was nuts. But what they'll do is you start with white to black and you just roll. And that's kind of like the way
to celebrate. It's like giving your friend a snuggle struggle handshake when they get their belt promotion.
Snuggle struggle.
Involuntary laundry folding when they get their belt promotion.
So Elias had his, and when the kids do theirs, teens even, what they do is they time it. They have 2-minute rounds basically, and they go through the kids in their class.
And they go from newest belt to most experienced.
Right.
But today, because there is a judo class immediately after the teens class during Submission Samurai and Leadership's extra half hour, our son, who is now a solid gray belt, and it goes white.
Oh, don't try to go through the
to
belts.
Gray white.
The kids' belts
to
are way
gray
harder.
To gray black to orange white. So like there's a lot of belts.
There's yellow in there too.
Yellow is after orange, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe there's yellow before. It's yellow before orange. Anyway. Normally you roll with the least experienced to the most experienced because there's a judo class immediately after the teen class, Elias got to roll with all of the most experienced first. So he got tapped out in his first 3 rolls by his close friends. But they're also, older and more, they're a couple years older than him. So it's good because he was kind of the biggest in the juniors class, and it's been good for him to be in the teens class.
Yeah, because he's not the biggest or oldest. So now he's not big fish, small pond. So
yeah.
Yeah, so it's good for him. It was fun to watch too. And then we had some fun little pointers and exchanges and stuff and talking about it afterwards. So
we saw some of the things that he needs to work on, so we showed him some things at home.
Yep, and some stuff that he was really good at too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So
I don't know if you can see this on video.
It is extra cool.
But I am blowing. You can see our breath in our garage. That's why I'm wearing again a blanket, pants, warm socks, boots with the fur, a hoodie, a down jacket, the heater directly on.
You don't have, you must be warmer today because you don't have.
I don't have my beanie on.
Yeah,
because I didn't like how the beanie looked on video.
You have a. It looked good.
No, it didn't.
Like a powerlifting snow bunny. With your puffy jacket and blanket and your ski boots.
And like 85 layers of clothing.
Do you have the blanket too?
I do. The brown
do
blanket.
Have
I didn't wear the Packers blanket this time.
Oh, okay.
Blends in a little bit more in the brown one.
There you go. So, yeah. So that was us. And talk about your awesome weekend in Texas, Wichita Falls.
So
nobody knows where it is unless you actually know
where it is.
Where it is in Starting Strength.
Well, no, there's a couple different reasons why you know where Wichita Falls is, but
is there like a movie reference or something as well?
No,
or a book?
I am a Starting Strength coach. I'm one of the few in the world, though there are more and more every time because the franchise gyms are churning out some fantastic coaches and their apprentices that become coaches. So this last weekend, when you're a Starting Strength coach, once you pass the platform, and then you at the time you have to pass the written. When I was trying to pass, now it's the platform exam, then the oral board. But to maintain your certification, you need to audit a seminar every 2 years. Right. When I became a coach, it was audit a seminar every 2 years, attend the coaches conference at least once in those 2 years, and do at least 250 hours of coaching in the year. And you had to have kind of like a documentation, like your calendar to send in, and you had to have insurance. Now it's you have to audit a seminar every 2 years, and then to be on their website, you have to pay for your listing to be on the website. Which is how a lot of people find us coaches. I am currently the only Starting Strength coach in Montana, but it doesn't really surprise me. There's 1 million people in Montana, so I'm 1 in a million in Montana. I was 2 in I don't know how many million in Washington.
Yeah,
because there was 2 of us. 3, there were more, but times change. But anyway, so I went last December to audit to maintain my certification, but this year, one of my good coach friends, was coming to the States from the UK. He could finally come, so I decided that I would audit again this year. And I also, after I had made that decision, found out that my personal coach was going to be there, who has been my coach for 7 years, but I have seen in person a total of 3 times, including this last weekend.
She's Boston or New York?
She's in New York. She's in Long Island. Mm-hmm. Rory Alter. She's a PT, doctor of physical therapy, a Starting Strength coach, and she now has her own clinical coach course that she has developed and has now put her first student through, Chris Haggett, who I have known for a while too.
Rory had a message for you to give to me.
Talk less and let your guests talk more.
Give reference.
Okay, so Alex had Rory on his podcast when it first started, the Cornerstone of America podcast.
Like episode 3.
Episode 2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah.
And
2.5 years.
I was driving with her from Dallas, Fort Worth to Wichita Falls, and she was talking about the podcast episode because we were talking about our husbands. And because her husband is John Patrizio, who's also starting to coach and a DPT.
This comment was so funny.
And she goes, yeah, he had me on, and he wanted to ask me about myself, and then just kept talking about himself and his business abilities. And I was like, yeah, he did that in the beginning.
So 2 points. 1, thanks for the feedback, Rory. 2 years later. 2 years later.
Okay.
Yeah. 2, it must have been interesting because you recorded 2 episodes with me.
Don't be a jerk.
No, I'm not being a jerk. I'm having fun. No, obviously, actually.
I didn't bring that up to make it a thing.
No, I'm being funny.
Anyway,
remember I'm funny?
Yeah. No.
Hooligan?
I don't remember you're funny. Hooligan is not funny. That's not what the definition of hooligan means. No.
Something's in there. Anyway.
No.
No, in the beginning of, obviously when you start anything brand new, right? Go back to weight training or even jiu-jitsu.
You're not very good at it.
No, you're a spazzy white belt.
And he was a spazzy white belt.
Yeah, so.
Now he's a slightly less spazzy.
I am not spazzy.
Blue belt.
Like smooth, sexy mic voice.
Face for radio. Is that what you mean?
Fixed it. No, but I knew I was going back and looking at my audio and then getting feedback from Anna Marie. She was my first guest, and this is brand new. Talking for, I don't know if you want to call it talking for a living.
Has it been 2 years? I feel like it's been longer than 2 years.
Over 2 years. September 2019.
Yeah, so it's been longer than 2 years.
Over 2 years. Yeah. Just over 2 years. Yeah. So it's when I first. I mean, think about it. If you did something on a regular basis for 2 years, you're where you are now versus 2 years ago is going to be drastically different, right? Any kind of training or skill that you pick up. So, yeah, obviously I'm a lot more comfortable. And there'd be times where I would start an episode and I'd be like, hey. Because there's this thing as far as like, I'm going to hit record now and people are going to hear what I'm going to say. And then it would like freeze up a little bit. It was actually pretty funny. It was hilarious. Actually, you were working when I was recording my intro and I fumbled it like so many times and I actually typed it out for myself and you were over there laughing.
So back to my story.
Yeah. So that was part of the story.
Case and point.
Yes. What?
Talking about yourself.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the story. That's the story.
Anyway.
That's the story.
So I got to see Rory.
Yeah.
My friend Carl was coming in from the UK, who I hadn't gotten to see for 2.5 years.
Oh, that story. Okay, go ahead.
And then a couple of apprentice coaches that I have become friends with. One who I made a shirt for, Austin Chemis, and he actually listens to this. So hi,
I should have wore that today.
Austin is a coach. Actually, he just passed the platform this last weekend. 13 people opted in. When you opt into the Starting Strength Coach platform exam, you pay an extra $200 to an already $1,000 seminar. So once they give you the coaching lecture or coaching spiel at the very beginning of the seminar on Friday night, they ask if anyone wants to opt in. And if you do, you pay an extra $200. And then you get evaluated by the platform coaches and RIP. And 13 people opted in and 6 passed, which I think is that might be a record of passing percentage, because usually it's like 15 to 20%.
Right. Well, like you said, it helps to have a mentorship program now.
But they have a mentorship program now, and every single one of the coaches that passed either is in the coaching pipeline or is an apprentice at a Starting Strength gym.
Yeah. They didn't have that when you took your test.
No, and that was one of the things that people like they would continually ask, like, how do I go about becoming one besides just like taking the test? Like, how do you learn all this stuff? And like, if you don't have a background in hard sciences, like lab sciences, like anatomy, physiology, chemistry, biology, how do you go about gathering that information? So,
let's break down what the difference is.
Well, hold on. There was a post that Rip made a while back that had a list of books that you could read.
Yeah, but I mean, what the difference is between a run-of-the-mill personal training certification you can get for $300 to $500 online and knock out over, there's some you don't even have to do a course, but over like a weekend seminar versus a Starting Strength accreditation, right? What's the difference?
So,
I mean, I know the difference, but
right. If you want to get your NASM, ISSA, ASC, all the other alphabet soup certifications that exist as a personal trainer, there's a difference between a Starting Strength coach or a barbell coach and a personal trainer. If you want to be a personal trainer, you can take the USAPL coaches or course. It's a 1.5 day course. It's $275. You walk away with your certification saying that you're a coach because you took a multiple choice test and listened to some lectures, which actually doesn't assess your ability at even in the slightest.
No.
ASC, NASM, ISSA, those all, I think NASM has a more rigorous testing schedule, but the rest of them, it's you pay for a book, you do an online test, and it's an open book test, and then you walk away with your certification. The Starting Strength certification requires that you have done a few things. One, that you have completed your own novice linear progression, which is the basis for the Starting Strength program, because it's starting your strength journey, which is 3 sets of 5, squat, bench, deadlift, alternating with press. The bench alternates with the press. You train 3 days a week. If you're an older novice, you can train every 2 days versus every other, and you run that out, and then you become a late novice or an intermediate. And by that point, you're usually decided if you want to be a coach or not, and you start your process. If you already have a background in anatomy and physiology and chemistry and biology, you have a leg up because you understand the systems, how they work, physics, how you work against gravity, mass, velocity, power, acceleration, density, all those fun things. And then, of course, levers and what bones and muscles and move and do and how they stretch and how they maintain and all those fun things. And then, of course, the names of all the bones and the muscles. And when I was going through, that was helpful. And then you needed your eyes and your hands on hundreds of people coaching them. And then you took the platform exam. And the reason they do that this way is that you have to show that you are a coach when you take the platform exam. You're not going to be made into a coach. You are a coach. And so the platform exam is you demonstrating your coaching ability to the platform coaches and the organization at large. Mm-hmm. When you pass the platform exam, in my time, it was a 7-essay question, written response, minimum 25 pages. I think the longest paper that was ever submitted was 54 pages by Mia Inman, who's an engineer from New Zealand, who is wonderful and lovely, and she's fantastic. And another person I got to see this weekend that I didn't know I was going to get to see. So
cool!
I got to see her. She's a mentor with the coaching pipeline as well. And
bottom line, it's not like a just knock it out over the weekend.
And then now there's an oral board, and they want to know you have a conversation, and you set it up with the people that are on the oral board, and they want to know that you know what you're talking about and you can reason through it. It's not just rote.
Yeah,
it's
you didn't just
actual,
wing it on
you know you have the knowledge, and it's inside in you anyway. So another good friend of mine who's another starting strength coach, Adam Lauritsen, he owns Silverback Strength and Conditioning in Reno. He does this. Well, he's now a brown belt. He just got promoted.
And he's coming out with a book.
Yeah. He's awesome.
On strength training and jiu-jitsu.
Yep. He goes to the seminar every year. And he asked me if I was going to go this year in October. And I was like, didn't you just go last year? He goes, yeah, but I go every year. And I was like, I was thinking about doing that because what happens is you go for this weekend. And it's multifactorial why it's good for you to go. One, it refreshes the basics and the fundamentals of coaching, which we sometimes lose in the day-to-day when we see it and do it all the time. It brings it all back to some really important basics that you sometimes lose if you're not careful. It's like form creep, but coach creep, I would call it. Form creep is when your form changes over time because nobody is helping you hone it. And I consider going to a seminar and auditing coach creep. Mm-hmm. Like avoidance.
Yeah.
The other side of it is you get to see people that you don't get to see all the time. There aren't very many of us in the world, but we are a cool crew.
Yeah.
And one of the main reasons that I became a starting strength coach, beyond the fact of the sunk in science, there was no like I feel like or you should do this because this guy does it. It was matter of fact and logical and reasoned. Besides that, it was a community of people, which has changed over time as they all do.
Yeah.
But there's a wonderful like-mindedness amongst barbell coaches, especially this group. So I got to see some of my favorite people. Some people I didn't know I was going to get to see when I was there. I got to see Bruce, who has been on the Cornerstone of America podcast twice, who is a freaking awesome human.
Yeah, I was in a horrible accident. Almost died. Almost died helping somebody in a turned over vehicle accident. Got hit by an oncoming car. Got thrown through the window of the truck that was flipped over. Severed his femoral artery. Almost bled out and died. Lost his leg, and now.
And his wife was pregnant at the time with her first child.
Now they got baby number 2 on the way. He's back to training.
He bench pressed 300 pounds and he weighs 145.
Yeah, and he's like 5'4",
5'2".
No.
Yeah, he said so himself. I'm not making it up.
I love Bruce.
He is probably one of my favorite people.
He's so freaking strong. Talk about perseverance, right?
And
and he's becoming a coach now.
And he's going to become a coach. Yeah. And he is one of those people that is self-deprecating to a fault because he has quite the eye. Right. And I'm not the only one that noticed that. Yep. So, so I got to see Bruce. I got to see Austin. I got to see Rory and Carl. I got to see Chase and Josh. Chase Lindley and Josh Wells. Pete Trupos, who's one of my favorite people, Steph and Mia, and
if you guys want to know who these are, just Google their names and starting strength.
Yeah, and a lot of them. And then I got to meet some of the apprentices that I have been following or that follow me. And we get to eat together and hang out, and it was just a blast. And
most importantly, you got to get away from the kids for 4 days.
Yes, I did. And my hotel room was so quiet.
I know.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
Though I don't always sleep super well because when you're auditing, you can't be late to the seminar because it shows disrespect, and you won't get the audit if you don't show up. So
just common professionalism, right?
It's true.
Show up on time.
It's true. Yeah. But and if you're opting in to take the platform, if you don't show up on time, you are automatically kicked out of the opt-in. You can stay for the seminar, but you're not going to be a coach. Yeah. So
do they keep your money?
They do, because you didn't show up. That's
I paid $200 off to take
that's
the
on
test.
that is on
late,
you.
Like, you can't take this test.
Well, the thing is, the first night you pay the $200. If you show up late the next day,
that's pretty stupid. Yeah.
That's fucking dumb.
No,
and of course they're going to keep your money.
I'm just
because you don't pay ahead of time. You pay
when you get there. Yeah.
You pay then after the first lecture when they talk about what a coach is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I get to meet people in person that I've seen on the interwebs over the last couple of years.
Good. You had fun.
I had fun. It's Texas, so there's no mask bullshit. It was warm. Last year it snowed while I was there, so I was totally prepared this time for snow, and it was a lot warmer. So that was that.
Nice.
Got to eat brisket, which was delicious in Texas, which is like the home of brisket. And I got to give Austin his shirt, which he was super stoked on. He wrote this really awesome, he made a post a while back, and he was a teacher in San Antonio, and he made this really awesome post about how the barbell kind of changed his relationship with himself and the world. And I was like, you need to make that a shirt, because to me it was really profound.
Right.
And he goes, if you make it, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll make it. He goes, you're not serious? I said, as a heart attack. He goes, no. I said, yes, you'll have it by Thanksgiving. And he was like, nah. And I was like, yeah. Didn't have it by Thanksgiving, but he had it by the seminar.
Yep.
And I made it for him. He's like, I'm going to be that asshole wearing my own shirt, wearing my own quote on my shirt at the seminar, which he was there wearing it, but he wasn't an asshole. But so I got to give that to him. That was really fun.
Well, it's long too. Like, you got to stop and read it. Like,
you do.
Shirt. Yeah.
You do. It's good.
Yeah. So.
I mean, if you're too stupid to read long things, I guess it's not for you.
That. I just meant it's not something like as he's walking by, you're going to pick up.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you're dumb, it's fine. But I got to give him a shirt, which was really fun. And I like to make shirts for people. So if you have a quote that you want to put on a shirt, send it my way, and I'll make a shirt of it if it's worthwhile.
Yeah, careful what you promise there. You could be
if it's worthwhile. I mean,
yeah,
I'll make
to your discretion.
A shirt. It's up to my discretion. Yeah. Don't send me gross things. I'm not going to put it on a shirt. I did make our
the DMs.
I did. I don't
show me your bobs.
I don't get creepy DMs. I don't. Like, people either respect me too much or they have no fucking clue who I am, which is just fine.
Give it time as your following grows with this podcast.
I will just
and as we go on other podcasts,
I will just leave it as no, delete, block, fucking creepers.
As your husband over here going.
Anyway, I did make a shirt for our jiu-jitsu coach, because he made these, like, John.
Well, I mean, he's Canadian, so there's that.
No, he's American. He was Canadian. He's American now.
He'll always be part Canadian.
He's not. He's American. Anyway, but he had these sayings that he would say in class. One of them was "Jiu-jitsu lives in your butt."
Yeah.
Because it's hip. It's in your hips. Yeah. So that was the front of his shirt. "Jiu-jitsu lives in your butt." John Boone. And then the back had these sayings that he would say in class. Like, one was puppy paws, and that's the way that you're going to hold your hands when you're trying to finish a choke or grip people.
Walk up. Yeah.
Another one was sexy time, because when we were learning how to avoid getting our posture broken down in closed guard,
hip drive.
You drive your hips up into the other person's hips, and he called it sexy time, like that. And so I put that on the back of the shirt.
He had one we forgot to put. We didn't forget. It was after you made.
It was after I made the shirt. It was kittens in a blender.
Yeah, somebody said something. He goes, "You could do that, but it'd be like just throwing kittens in a blender,"
which is like a really bad idea.
Everybody in class is like, "Why would you say?"
So I didn't put that one on the shirt, but the rest of them are on there. So I do like to make shirts. I enjoy it. It's fun for me. It's like I don't know. It's a way to, I don't know. It's fun. Anyway, so that's what I did.
It's like your giving gift.
It is. I like to give gifts. I like to make people good food. Mm-hmm. I like to spend time with people, and I like to give gifts. I'm a quality time person, for sure. But anyway, I got to spend quality time with my people this last weekend.
Yes.
And I had a good time lifting. I squatted at Wichita Falls, which I haven't done since 2017. Yeah. I didn't squat last time I was there. I did deadlifts, but this time I squatted, which was really fun. And then I benched on those absolute shit benches. I have bruises on my back from those fucking benches. I hate those things. They're garbage. Either they're
I'm gonna capture this
too wide
and send it directly to Steph and Rip.
Yeah, and then they're gonna pull my cert.
Rip your
I guarantee you, I'll
Fuck
get
that
my
hooker.
cert pulled. I know I'm already on thin ice. It's fine.
Steph loves you.
Yes. Bjorn loves me. Their dog, so that helps.
Bjorn
Is their massive, like he weighs like 40 pounds more than Steph does. He actually needs knee surgery, tore his knee up, so he was limping this weekend. But anyway, so I got to spend time with really awesome people, and it was worth every second, and it was really nice and quiet. And now I'm back home, and it's not so quiet.
Whatever do you mean?
Yeah. What did you guys do this weekend?
Who, us and the kids? We partied at Denver's house.
Like a rock star. I get home Monday night. I fly in. It's snowing. I'm like, yes, Montana, thank you. Big fat snowflakes, like beautiful snowy. And I get home and it's late and the kids are all awake. And I walk into the twins' room and they were like, we stayed up till Sunday. So that means that they were at Denver and Erica's house until 1 a.m. on Sunday.
Bonfire night.
Which
cookie exchange / bonfire
and
night.
they watched Shang-Chi on the TV.
Then they all came out at about 11:30 and
did kung fu fights.
And didn't put their winter gear on because they were just so jacked up.
Yeah.
Off cookies and
sugar
Marvel movies. And they came out and started kung fu chopping Denver's
and Denver and Erica's
archery targets.
And
snowmen they built earlier.
So they had a blast. They had so much fun this weekend, and then they were total dickbags for the rest of the week. And it took until today. After last night, everyone went to bed early, fell asleep early, and woke up late this morning. So they really needed their rest.
I'm going to tell you right now, so you don't get mad at me for this.
What?
Right. So you know how we have our kids. When they talk to adults, call them
Mr. They already told me.
Oh, they did tell you?
Yeah, they told me.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to call Denver Mr. Denver because it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah. So he asked me. He's like, can they please not call me that? And he's like, please. I said, that's fine as long as you're cool with it.
Yeah.
So I said, it's a respect thing, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, don't call me Mr. Denver. I already feel old enough. So it just makes me uncomfortable. I said, sure, man, it works.
It's better than whatever his last name, Mr. Maddox.
It's a good name.
I'm just saying, like, that would be
you mean
older.
like Mr. Matt? Yeah.
That's why we did it. We
kids,
tried to find like a happy medium between.
I'm still weird about like because we have.
I know.
We have kids. Like they have friends that speak English and
they call us.
They say Mr. and Mrs. Jowdy.
Mrs. Jowdy.
Yeah.
Which I happen to love these particular children very much. I want to squeeze their little faces every time I see
some
them,
other kids too, and they go like, "Hey, Mr. Jowdy." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" So, yeah, I'm still not comfortable with that. I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable with that. It's just weird.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. I get it. They're being super respectful. That's awesome.
And their dad's a former Marine, so that's part of the reason why.
Yeah. So.
Anyway,
all right.
So that was my weekend.
Yeah, so we had fun. We went to their house for Adelaide, our 11-year-old, baked these awesome
brown sugar meringue bars.
Yeah, and she made them all. Like she literally gave me the recipe and said, "Dad, go pick up these ingredients for me." And I went and got them. And then when I took them over there, and then after she made them, and people were trying them, they're like looking at me like, "This is really you did a good job." I'm like, "I didn't make them." I'm like, "I'm not kidding." Like Adelaide literally made everything from scratch. Yeah, all her. So
what's really cool about her is I'll give her a book from the library that's like on how to crochet. She'll be like, she'll go do it.
She'll go ham on it.
She'll figure it out.
Yeah, she will.
Same thing with cookbooks.
Yeah,
which
she loves it.
It's a good trait to have.
Yeah. Yeah. So
anyway,
so we did that. We had the fun bonfire. They were having a blast with Kool-Aid and everybody else there. So and then Phoebe at midnight is jumping all over the couch with the boys playing Angry Birds, and we're down below by the fire, and I'm just watching this green shirt, blonde curly locks bouncing up and down in the window.
Phoebe.
And I point up, and Deborah's like, "Oh, that girl messes me up." He's like, even my, she just gets it. He's like, "What do you want?"
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Her and her gingers.
Yes, I know, right?
Yeah.
So,
so
we had fun. We had a blast. It's wonderful to spend time with people here and the friends we've made. So, and it snowed that night, which was great. Kids just had
snow
fun.
Is the best. Literally,
and then
snow makes winter.
Yeah, and went to church Sunday, but we were late because all the kids were hungover,
sleeping.
Like I got up, turned the lights on, like, eh. Just didn't want to move.
Sugar hangover.
Yeah, so it was fun. We had a blast. And Sunday literally was go to church, come home. They're like, what are we doing today? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, today's nothing day.
Yeah.
We're going to chill out, mellow. We'll do a couple science projects. And,
Did you ever do the science project?
We did one over the weekend. We're the old ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're still have to catch up. Yeah. It's a great thing about homeschool. You just do whatever you want.
Not really. They still have to do the work.
I didn't say they don't do it. I just said.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. So
teacher.
I've been their teacher since they were little.
That's why I said it
the whole time.
Don't leave me in charge.
I know that's a mistake I make very few and far between.
Okay, so let's get into.
So we decided to do a secret. First, it was a secret you haven't told your person, and we got like 2 responses. So then I just said, okay, how about you just tell me a secret? It doesn't have to be about like something you haven't told your person.
I had like 5 people respond, and then
I've got really minimal responses. People don't want to tell us their secrets, which is fine.
I had people respond, and the responses were like, I'm not telling you anything.
Because I know we're going to talk about it on the podcast. However,
one of the guys was like, this is a trap.
However, it's always anonymous.
Yeah,
it's funny because if you listen to any of our let's just listen. If you've listened to any of our previous podcasts,
never said
he doesn't know who I'm talking about.
No,
and I don't know who he's talking about because they come to our individual accounts.
Right.
And
but you know what? On this one, though, I think people were hesitant. You know what we should do with this one later on is we should have them just email it anonymously. So that way we don't even know. Because I think some people are still uncomfortable sharing stuff. Even I don't think even like us knowing it. Yeah. Because it's sent from their social media account to ours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're like, no, Hippocratic oath. Like I can't share this with anyone.
I mean,
you know.
I would consider it underneath.
I know that. Like we know we're not going to say anything as far as names, right?
Yeah.
But I think people were still kind of hesitant. But you said you got a few. I actually have. Instead, what I did was I wrote down a few like stories I have, both from like myself and just people I know, like secret, like things I know. I just won't name names, obviously. You know,
no names.
No. Some of this is old stuff.
Ooh, I got something too about somebody.
So let's go through yours.
Okay, so first, this is the response to "Tell me a secret that your person doesn't know," and then, so the first response I got was, "It would only be because I completely forgot in my old age and wisdom." So they don't have no. So essentially, they have no secrets from their person.
Oh, this is just like a blanket covered apologies. Like, I'm sorry, whatever may happen today.
No, that was their response.
What?
That they don't have any because they can't remember if they do.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like you're throwing this blanket comment out. Like, if something comes up, it's because I'm old and I can't remember. The side
note was discussing your podcast questions every week with my person is very entertaining. So at least we're providing entertainment to the super small population that listens to our podcast, because they know us. Yeah. This particular person knows us, and so it's really fun for them.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so now I have one that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
My husband thought we were exclusive before I did, and I was still seeing other guys.
Oh. And she never shared that?
No. Why would she?
I don't know. You know, I mean, especially, you know what? I mean, if they just got married.
They've been married a long time.
Okay.
This is not a newly married person.
Yeah.
Like, what's
going to come out of it?
Yeah. What purpose does it serve to go back and say so?
No, that's true.
And
wait, did you follow up? Did you do your homework?
No, I just said, ha! Your secret's safe with me.
She said, for how long? That's what it would have mattered. Maybe that's what she hasn't shared it yet. It's like it was 3 years in the relationship.
Oh no! I mean, they're married. It's been at least a decade.
No. What I'm saying is like, how long were they not exclusive? That's what
I didn't think to ask that question. I would ask next time.
See, you need to tell me ahead of time so that I can tell you, like, follow up with this.
Oh, I got these yesterday.
Yeah,
because we were late in posting the question.
That's true. We were. We'll do better on that.
So that one, I have my hubs thought we were exclusive before I did, and I was still seeing other guys. And then there's an emoji with a zipper mouth. So I'm being very discreet. There is no allusion to who this person is. I don't want them to get in trouble. I don't think their husband listens, but that's fine.
Exclusive. Yeah, that's
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
That you know of.
Well, I mean, I've had so let's think about this. I've had
I'm not saying it has.
I'm 4 boyfriends in my life.
Right.
To all of you out there who didn't know that, I'm a serial monogamist. Like, I'm not a person that like dates around. I'm a person that like picks my person and sticks with it. I had a boyfriend that I never kissed when I was 14. He put his arm around me and punched him in the stomach. even though I liked him a lot. I didn't know what to do with that. And then I had
don't touch me.
Well, because I thought he was cute, but I didn't know what to do. That was me though. I was like, I like you. Punch.
That made me think of something else he told me. I can't share it unless you share it.
I might share that one.
Yeah. That was funny.
And then the
little white lie you told.
Yeah. The next boyfriend was my first boyfriend in college who cheated on me with 3 girls. They were all roommates, which I found out after the fact. So maybe he was seeing them the whole time. I don't know. Maybe
that gives me a headache.
Yeah.
That's too much to do.
What was interesting was I didn't find out about it until we'd broken up and I went back to school and I got an email from the girl.
An email.
An email from the girl being like, just so you know, I saw you hanging out with your ex-boyfriend and I wanted you to know that he was sleeping with me and my roommates.
3 other girls.
Yeah. And I was so mad because we'd be like becoming friends again. Anyway, and then the next boyfriend I had was the guy I dated before you, who we were bad together. We were friends and that was just a bad idea.
Yeah, bad. Yeah.
And he's not a bad person. I just was terrible with him and he was terrible with me. And then
we're also like 20. So
yeah, and then you. So like, I don't know. I mean, you were dating and we have discovered recently that seeing means more things than we originally thought.
Hold on. Don't throw me into the bus here.
I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying.
No, see,
so 18 years later.
I didn't forget to mention that we're exclusive and then not exclusive.
That's true. No, that's what I'm saying is
I will say I was dating, I was 23, you were 21.
Yeah.
I was seeing 2 other women. And what I mean by that was I was in a 2-year relationship, broke up, and then I was just dating. I was dating.
Right.
And there was a couple girls I was seeing, but not seriously.
Yeah.
Then I met you and we got pretty serious over a week. During camp. Church camp. Not that serious.
That one time at church camp?
Father.
Oh, no. Yeah. Like,
by the way, I told Andy that we met at church camp. He's like, bullshit. I was like, why? He's like, I don't believe that. I'm like, dude, I have pictures.
Yeah, we did. We met at church camp.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the smooth line he gave me one of these days.
Which one? Oh, the holding hand line?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have pretty nails.
Oh, like your nail polish. Yeah. And then he didn't let go of my hands. And I was like,
you didn't pull it away.
Oh my God.
But I was seeing a couple girls. We started talking and hanging out that week. And literally that weekend, we basically were like, so this seems pretty serious. Good. Okay, I'm going to break it off to the 2 girls.
He said to me on the phone, I feel like I'd be cheating on you if I was seeing those other girls. And I said, you would be. He goes, okay.
Damn right. By the way, that means we're together.
Don't make it sound like that.
I'm not.
The next secret is from a person who has shared quite a lot with us over the podcast.
What's her name?
Not. You're dumb.
Testing you.
I have a secret bank account that he is not aware of. And I support that.
I don't think that's bad.
I don't either.
I mean, I don't know if it needs to be a secret. You know what I mean? You have the right to have your own bank account.
Yeah, but maybe there's a reason that it's a secret. I didn't ask. I didn't probe.
I feel like if you have to have a secret bank account, there's some issues in your marriage you need to work out.
Yeah, I agree.
That goes back to the therapy episode we did.
Yes. Therapy. It's good.
What did she see? Here's the follow-up. But what is she doing with that bank account?
I didn't ask. None of my business.
Huh?
None of my business.
I need to vet these questions of yours.
No, you don't.
Give you follow-ups.
You need to get people that follow you that actually answer questions and aren't dirtbags.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Hey, I was expecting a bunch of like sex ones, right? And I got nothing. So
because we said secrets and not wishes, and that's where all the butt stuff came into play. It was in the wishes.
Butt stuff. There was one. Was there?
No, there was multiple butt things.
I don't remember.
Multiple butt stuff.
You know. That's the one thing you're learning about this is. See, you think you record an episode and you say stuff and then you go away and then like it goes out into the ether and it doesn't. It doesn't. And then I get these. I have this company now I hired to help us with like post-production stuff, social media content and whatnot, and they make us these quote cards for Instagram, right? And I'll show her. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this one? Did I say that? I'm like, yeah, you did. So,
it's good stuff.
I'm
like, wow, it's pretty profound. I don't remember
saying
saying any of it, so there's that. So I don't know if I can take credit if I don't remember saying it.
No, it's there. Well, what they do is so when I approve them, they shoot me timestamps so I can go back and
No, for
and
sure.
check it.
I
it's
believe that
pretty
I said it. I just don't remember.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I have another one.
Go for it.
I want a large family, but I want to adopt. This is what we haven't told our person. I hate/fear being pregnant. This person's already been pregnant a few times.
Oh, so they already have kids.
But they want a large family. They just don't want to have any more of the babies themselves.
She just doesn't want to have any more babies themselves. I feel like you got to tell your husband that.
I feel like that too.
I mean, look, I get. Obviously, adoption is. I mean, it's 100% a personal choice. It's something that you really, really have to kind of think about and pray about, and make sure you're doing it for all the right reasons, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a dog, like a puppy, getting go like, I don't like this one. You send it back, you know.
You know that you can actually do that with some adoption agencies.
I know you can,
with teenagers,
but
which is awful.
It is.
I've actually.
No, I know.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, we know. We saw it in what's it called?
No, don't have to name names.
I'm not going to name names. I wasn't going to say names. I'm just saying, like, you know, places we used to live. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Yeah, I feel like it's a conversation you can have with your significant other. You know, just because first of all, look, I don't want to turn this into a like an abortion talk. You know what I mean?
Let's not.
No, and I'm not going to. What I mean is, but the reality is, right? When it comes down to it, decision to have children, like if you're talking about it and planning it out, is a decision to be made between both parties. I don't mean like you're gonna decide like I'm gonna tell you to have a child. What I mean is like when you guys decide as a family, right? When you're family planning,
right?
Okay. What I'm saying is, you have a discussion about like with it, like when we decided we're gonna have one more, we talked about it as far as like with Phoebe, right?
Yes.
Like that was a discussion agreement we had,
right?
Like we decided we wanted to have one more child, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, if I wanted more children and you didn't. Okay.
It's not that she doesn't. It's she
no.
herself.
What I'm saying is that the act of being pregnant and carrying a child, right, to term and then giving birth. Okay, I can't just because I want a child that way. I can't force you to do it. No. You know what I mean? No. So I don't think it would even be right for me to impose it on you to say like. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I think that's a conversation you should have because if you want to have more kids,
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, I know you're not disagreeing. I'm just talking out loud here.
It's the secret that they have.
Right. Yeah. I feel like if she's listening, then it sounds like she listens because she's on the socials as well and answering the questions. That I think that's a conversation you should have with your significant other. Just let them know that that's something you want to do. At least get it out there. Get the subject out there if they haven't yet. You know, start talking about it. Maybe even test the waters. Like bring up adoption in some format and kind of see what he thinks. You know, where his headspace is on it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you bring up the option and he just like freaking nukes it, then you know it's going to be a tough conversation. Mm-hmm. But at least you know where he stands.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Got another one?
I have a bunch. Well,
you got a bunch? Nice.
I have not awesome. A bunch. I have 1, 2, 3, and then 2. Like 3 that are jokes and 2 that aren't jokes.
Okay.
This one. I was relieved when my ex-husband asked for a divorce. I did not want to be the bad guy.
That's something that she still hasn't told him?
I mean, she's not married to him anymore, so she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But that was, she was secretly relieved when he asked for a divorce because she wanted one too, and she didn't want to be the bad guy. She didn't want to be the person that was vilified for it. Which I can understand because
I can too, because you don't want to be the one. Yeah.
When you're in a relationship with somebody and you have a joined life where your friends are close and things like that, that sometimes that is more of a deterrent than anything else, is that you'll lose your friendships or you'll have to pick, or your friends will have to pick, or, you know, like that's a daunting thing. And so,
don't you think that comes down to like what type of divorce you have? Like if it's ugly, if it's amicable, right?
For sure. Yeah. But at the same time, it's going to be weird for people.
Oh, sure.
No matter what. So that was, and she is remarried and very, very, very happy.
Yeah.
So, and this was a while ago. Like they just didn't work together.
Right.
But I'm friends with her, so she's awesome.
Cool.
Obviously, no, I'm just kidding. And then I got the response, I don't think these are anonymous. We already talked about that. So,
is that from my brother?
No, it's not from your brother.
It just sounds like something he would
not
say.
be anonymous if I said it was, but it's not. And then, so here's one.
I'll tell you one.
Go for it.
I'll tell you one. These are just some I've read in different posts.
Just make it shorter rather than longer.
What? I didn't say anything long. What are you talking about? Oh, my story? It was a long story.
It didn't need to be.
It did.
No.
Yeah. There were crucial details there.
No. I could have gone a lot faster. I could have told it real quick.
We can cut it.
No, it's just.
So it was the one I told you earlier. Is the one I read, which is like, I'm a line cook and I take a bite of every meal I make.
Yes.
I thought that's better than spitting the meal.
Yeah.
You know?
See, okay, so let me just, when I was a waitress.
I wanted to like message that person specifically. I didn't know who it was because I read it on somebody else's page.
Yeah.
But my question was like, okay, when you take a bite, do you do anything worse with people that piss you off? Yeah, so.
It's like the worry when you're like, hey, this isn't right. You're going to send it back and it's going to come back with
There's so many
some
people that
Famunda cheese on it.
Yeah, there's so many waiters and waitresses say, don't ever send anything back. I don't care whose fault it is.
That's
Don't send
gross.
it back.
That's fucking stupid.
They're like, no, what they say is, if you want to send it back and fine, just get a refund. Like, don't pay for it, but don't order anything else.
That's dumb.
I'm not saying it's good or right. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
That's like those are little tiny
yeah.
people that are trying to wield the small little tiny sort of power that they have because they're mad about their lives. Like, fuck off.
Brian can attest to this. We used to deal with this with certain bartenders who thought they were just like the world revolved around them. Like somebody would be like, hey man, like you walked by me 4 times and looked at me and like you've gone to like 6 other people that got here after me. You go, fuck you, man, get out of here. And they look at us like, kick him out. And we're like, what? What do you do? They tell us,
no,
we're not kicking him out. Serve him a drink, bartender.
Yeah, that's what you're paid to do, asshat.
Yeah, it was funny.
I hate that when they're like,
I know.
I'm going to pee in your coffee or spit in your like juice because you're a mean person. Shut up, you asshole. Like,
the voice
you don't have to be an asshole back. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, shut up. God.
Cicely and Randall, your sister and brother-in-law, are like at home laughing their ass off right now. Especially because the camera is a better view of your face as you make that sound.
All right. Babies.
Yeah, so that was one. I take a bite of every meal I make.
Which, okay, so when I was a waitress.
Yeah.
And I would have to, like, I would be bussing stuff. And there was food left on the plates.
Yeah, that's normal.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, but I wanted to because I was hungry.
You're like, this is perfectly good.
Yeah.
I know where it was made. It just came out.
No, I know. I never did because you're not allowed to, but I followed the rules. Okay, so here's another
rule
one.
follower.
To an extent. As long as it's, like, I'm a rule follower as long as it's within reason.
Right.
Like, if it's bullshit, I'm not going to follow it. Like, mask mandates.
Yeah.
Fuck off. How many times have I said that this podcast already? Okay. Sometimes I prune my boogers. I just flick them randomly across the room, hoping no one will notice.
I prune my boogers? What?
Followed up by asking for a friend. Should one get up and traverse the entire room to place boogers in the trash?
How big are these?
I can't remember.
I feel like that's something like we talked to our 8-year-olds about.
I can't remember who I was talking to about this. I feel like it was somebody with kids, but they were like, they were getting their teenage son like a new bed.
Oh, and they found like a wall and like
found
smeared
like
dry
like
crusty.
Yeah, it was like crusty boogers just
behind the bed,
stuck on the wall. Yeah, they just like picked them and
it's now plaster.
It's so fucking gross.
You might as well just paint over that. It ain't coming off.
Texture. That's so gross. Yuck.
Why do you guys only texture this part of the wall?
Here's the thing. If you're going to pick your nose, put it in the trash. Use a napkin. I don't know.
Yes, mother, may I? Oh, that's so funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
gosh.
Next one.
The last 2 are jokes.
Okay.
One is I'm pregnant. Just kidding. And I went, are you though?
Is that your sister?
No.
Or my sister?
No. Remember, these are anonymous.
I know.
But like this, I was like, "Are you though?" This person's like, "Ha ha, no." I was like,
messing with you.
I don't know.
Nice.
And the last one isn't a secret.
Oh.
If you've been around me, this is not a secret at all. You have a fat booty. That's the secret. It's not a secret. If anyone's ever seen me walk around, it's not a secret.
Oh, somebody said this to you.
Yeah.
They said you have a fat booty.
Yeah, PHAT. Yeah.
PHAT. I can think of 2 people who would say that to you, probably.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you. It's anonymous.
I know that.
But I said that's not a secret.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious. I mean, I did tell you to start an OnlyFans page. So.
I have not.
Just for squatting, not naked.
I will not. I refuse.
Put the camera down.
Ew, that's the front of my body. Oh, why would I put that anywhere?
I was visualizing lower.
That's not what that looks like.
You see, I have a dirty mind.
You do. You're like, what? Here, and then the microphone goes down to your crotch. That's not where. Like, what else am I supposed to visualize?
That's my belly button. What was that?
I just put the thing down.
Okay.
Yes, he wanted me to, didn't want to. He suggested, him and James, our good friend in Tacoma, suggested that I start an OnlyFans page where I put the camera right underneath my butt when I was squatting in shorts. And I said, no, I won't do that.
Many subscribers.
Only if I did it for free on Instagram.
No.
Yes.
Well, then there's no money to be made if it's for free.
I know.
That's why we said OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I know that, Mom. Mother of children.
Yes. I don't, like, you can't take back those things
that
end up
not
on
at
the
all.
interwebs.
Yeah, especially you have like kids. Like, hey, dude, check out what I found in your mom on OnlyFans. Like,
And I have pretty noticeable tattoos.
Yeah.
So I can't like get away with just not showing my face, because if I have like a short sleeve shirt on or whatever, like it's noticeable.
No, you'd have to wear like a hoodie or a long sleeve.
And then just have the shorts on, because I don't have any tattoos on my legs, so I guess that could work.
Yeah. You have pretty unique legs.
I was like, don't say it. Don't say it.
I was going to say like unique butt. I mean, I know your butt.
Memorable legs.
Memorable, yes.
Don't say it.
All right. You don't have to buy a whole new wardrobe. Like you'd have
I
to,
would.
And if it was in our gym, you would have to put like a You would have to put up like a tarp, like a different like we would have to like put up like
I'd have to put up like
you would have to do
you
would have to do a set basically, so nobody knew who it was, because people know our gym. You know, you post enough videos.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Though I mean, I don't know how many people that I know are actually on OnlyFans, so it wouldn't really matter.
You would be okay. Put it this way: there are billions. There's trillions of dollars made in porn every year. Just porn,
gross.
Right? And billions of users, right?
Yeah.
So
most
that
of
means
it's free, though.
Well, what the stat is, like, it's, what's that?
Porn is free.
Yeah, but there's a reason why OnlyFans exists. People pay.
Because it's not grainy and gritty, and you're not looking at it sideways to see if you can see it through the snow. That's why.
Wait, no. Great. What are you talking about? Is this like 1985 cable?
It's a reference to American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when he's like trying to see it and he gets caught with a sock? If you're too young to watch that movie or you've not seen it, then you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
Go talk to your mom.
Or we just introduce a bunch of kids to American Pie.
Kids better not be listening to this.
It's on iTunes. There's no like enter your date of birth and credit card number to listen.
Why would they want to listen? We're old.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else?
That's it.
You got another one?
That's it.
Okay. Do you have one?
No.
Do you want to share now?
It's not a secret if I tell people.
You're smart.
You're smart.
You're a smart one, aren't you?
No shit. Okay. I guess I can tell the story.
Which one?
This better not end up on a card to put on the Instagram.
Which story is this one?
The story. The little secret. The little white lie. Ooh, I don't want to tell it. Never mind. No, I don't want to do it.
Well, I'm just trying to think. Like,
no, it's not good. It's bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, how old are you?
I was 18.
It's not bad. No, it's a funny secret.
I just don't want my mom or my sister to hear this.
Okay, well, first of all, I think they know that, you know, at this point that you've had sex in your life, right?
No.
Mother of children.
No, immaculate conception.
We
live as brother and sister. Ew. Okay, so
you can tell it's funny. That's
this is okay.
There's
so
nothing like atrocious or like you know, just like just
no, it's
defamation
not. I'm
of
not
your
a bad
character.
person.
No,
and
it's funny.
It was just stupid.
It's funny. Okay, go
okay.
ahead.
So, I don't know if I can say it. My first boyfriend in college. You
were 18, right?
I was 18. I was
you don't have to go into hard details.
I was an adult. First person that I got naked. Well, not the first person that I slept with. Oh my god.
That they knew?
What?
Wait. Okay. So
the first person that I got naked with.
Okay.
Not true. Person I slept with.
Okay.
First person I slept with. That's why I changed that.
Went all the way.
Yes, and it was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing the thing. We did the thing. I can't even say it. It was over and I pretended to not know. I can't do it.
You don't have to.
I can't do it.
It's
I can't do it. I can't. I pretended to not know what an orgasm was. And I was like, what was that? And he was like, that was an orgasm. And I hope to give you many more. That's what he told me.
Are you kidding?
No.
That already said?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I didn't tell you that part.
You didn't?
The funny thing was,
I hope to give you many more.
The funny thing was, that was not the first one I'd ever had.
Yeah.
Nor was it even the second. I don't even know how many dozens I had had, just not with him or another person even. Yes, that happens. Girls do that. I was 18 and I just remember, I don't even know why I felt like I had to do that, but I did feel like I had to do that. I don't know why.
I remember what he told me.
And you're like,
the story. I was just laughing so hard.
Oh.
I was just joking around all the different reactions you have.
Well, because you're looking at it from a male perspective where there's like a physical like explanation or physical like show.
I'm waiting for somebody at church to listen to this episode.
Oh my God. No. No. Oh, we should get that out. We shouldn't have that in there. That's bad. That's really bad.
All right, youth group leader. So funny. I'm here with you, so it's not like I'm any better. Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, it's too funny.
But yeah, so that was my. We were recently talking about like our past, and that came up, and he was like, "What?
Old partners?" Yeah.
And
what's funny about that? So again, we've been together a little over 18 years.
18 and a half years.
Yeah, over 18 years. February will be 18.
Almost 2 decades.
Yeah. What the hell?
Ugh. Gross.
Don't forget, I look good for my age though. So you look awesome for yours. You're gonna be 40.
If you look at my face. Yeah. Anyway.
No, but we were
next year.
We
Shut
were
up.
talking. We were talking about. I forgot how it came up. I think it came up in that app where we used to look at the questions.
Yeah.
And you brought up something, and like, oh, that'd be funny to talk about. And
you're like, are you sure?
Well, not just that.
Like,
yeah, but. So this just tells you how good my memory is, right? It was certain things. Because that stuff is so, again, we've been 18 and a half years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So I was 23 when we met. Right?
Almost 24.
Yeah.
Since you like to age people, you were 24 when we met.
I was August, September, October, November. 3 months before I turned 24.
You were 24.
So your sister's older than me, though. So just so you know that, Cicely, you'll always be older than me. So we were talking, and I was telling you something, and I couldn't remember which stories I told you and which I hadn't because it had been so long. Because pretty much the last time we really talked about it in depth was like after we started dating.
Yeah, but
there was a couple times we've gone through a couple things here and there. So mind you, almost 20 years, right? Again, I'm like, I don't remember half this shit. And then you were like, no, you said this, and what about that? I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I barely even remember.
Yeah, some new information came out. Yeah. It's interesting.
I was like, I told you that.
It was
like,
an interesting conversation.
Yeah,
no,
it was funny.
Not.
It was funny. So
but it was interesting.
Nothing bad.
Yeah, but we don't really have secrets.
No.
Not anymore, anyway.
No. We went through that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, not long time ago, but a few years now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just tell you everything because it's easier than me trying to hide stuff.
Oh, that's a good kind of maybe a way to segue into maybe next topic or even wrap up this episode. Okay. Do you think we should ask this too? would you prefer to know everything, good or bad, or would you prefer only to know the good?
I'd prefer to know everything.
Especially if the bad was not going to. And you know what? Let's preface it this way. If the bad wasn't anything that put you in danger or your family in danger, but it was things like, let's say, like infidelity, dishonesty about like money, finances, health habits, like all kinds of stuff like that, right?
I definitely want to know.
I would, having gone through like both ends of it, I 100% would rather know everything. Why'd you give me that look? Why'd you give me that look?
Just be careful what you say.
No. I'm talking about as somebody who was not honest about everything all the time in our marriage and now is. That's what I'm talking about. You think I'm throwing you under the bus right now?
You better not.
No, dumbass. I'm talking about having been somebody who was not honest and would avoid things just to avoid arguments, and that created more problems, right? Versus somebody now who's just like, if I have an issue, I just tell you, you know, whether you're going to get mad or not, I'm just going to say it. Right?
I would rather know.
Exactly.
So I would rather know all the things than get taken by surprise. And in what you might not, you think, oh, that's not a big deal, that's not important, might be really important to somebody else.
Sure.
So I would much rather know all the things.
Yeah. 100%.
Than not. Again, that's also my personality. So.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Got anything else?
That's it.
What's our next topic?
So we have a couple that we could choose from. Have you
got
ever
your list, right?
What?
You got your list?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I feel like, hold on. I feel like we should gear these more towards open questions versus
because the
couples
ones people kind of ostracize.
So if you want to share it as a couple, great. If not, then from a couple's experience, that's fine. But just as an individual. So go ahead. Throw some of these out
have
there.
you ever been unfaithful?
Okay.
That's the question. And what did that do?
Have you ever been unfaithful? What did that do?
This one was, does your partner know, or did your partner know?
That's a pretty loaded one. Yeah.
Yeah. And unfaithful implies that you had somebody to be faithful to. So you do have, this one does have to apply to a relationship, but it doesn't have to apply to a current one. It could just be any relationship you've ever been in.
Sure.
Have you ever been unfaithful?
Yeah.
And then did you tell your partner, and is that why you're no longer in a relationship? Or did you not tell your partner, and is that why you're no longer in a relationship?
Do you want to open up and say, like, have you or has somebody been unfaithful to you?
Yeah. Has somebody been unfaithful to you?
It'd be interesting to hear both sides of it from people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And again, this isn't, I want to clarify, like, you know, obviously we're having fun right now too as well. But, you know, if you guys can tell, we've now, this is episode 7 we're recording, right? I think we've kind of geared it in a way where, you know, one episode maybe have a little bit more of a serious tone, like the therapy conversation, and one is just a little bit more like funny and out there. But we're not trying to do is like, we're not trying to make it scandalous. We're not trying to dirty things.
Put you on blast.
It's just interesting conversational topics about things that people go through in everyday life, and it's interesting to hear different people's perspectives on kind of how they dealt with things and what they went through and how they handle stuff. Right. So from this aspect of it, it's not about like the nitty gritty of like she cheated on me with my brother, or, you know, just like stuff like that. But it's more about, have you been unfaithful, or have you had somebody?
What did that do to your relationships?
Yeah, and to you as an individual.
And
right?
then if you, and as the cheater or the cheatee, like what did that do? Yeah. Were you a part of somebody cheating, even though you might have been single? And what did that do?
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to do that one?
It's all there. It's all encompassing.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like you want to.
Yeah, that's the next topic.
Okay.
After that, it's monogamy. Yes, no, or why not?
That'd be a good follow up.
Yeah.
After all this stuff.
Yeah. It's actually kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting cold. It's
okay, cool.
All of 25 degrees in our garage right now.
I'm actually not that cold. I'm getting used to it being in here now. I said I am, not you. I wasn't speaking for
I would
you.
Say probably not really.
Well,
we'll go into the house and you'll be like, "Oh man, my hands are cold."
No, I'm not saying it's not cold.
My toes are getting
cold. No,
cold.
see, me and David, like on my other podcast, you know, we picked up a tip, which is you wear hoodies and you sit here with your hands in your pockets, so that way it's nice and warm. Yeah. See.
Right, but I have to get stuff off my phone, so.
Yeah, it sucks for you. We should get a producer.
Jamie.
Pull it up.
All right.
All right, till next time, I'm the Hooligan.
And I am the Harridan.
All right.